5 real historical facts that sound completely fake. In the summer of 1518, a woman in Strasbourg stepped into the street and started dancing. She danced 4 hours without stopping, and by the next day, more people had joined her. Within a week, over 30 people were dancing continuously, and the numbers kept growing. There was no music and no festival. These people weren't celebrating anything. They simply danced uncontrollably, and some of them collapsed from exhaustion. Others reportedly died from heart failure or stroke. The event lasted for over a month and remains one of the strangest episodes in recorded history. Historians have offered several possible explanations, such as mass hysteria, ergot fungus poisoning, or even spiritual possession, but none of these fully explain what actually happened. The dancing plague remains a medical mystery that continues to puzzle experts today. In the remote Arctic town of Longyearbyen, Norway, it is technically illegal to die. The town's ground is permanently frozen, which means that buried bodies don't decompose. Scientists even found traces of the 1918 Spanish flu virus still preserved in bodies buried there nearly a century ago. Because of this, the town decided that anyone who is seriously ill or near death must be transported elsewhere before passing away. While this rule isn't enforced through punishment, it is treated as a public health necessity. In Longyearbyen, dying isn't just a private matter, it's considered a potential biological risk. In September 1939, Adolf Hitler invaded Poland from the west. Just days later, Joseph Stalin invaded Poland from the east. While the world expected the two totalitarian powers to fight each other, something surprising occurred instead. Soviet and Nazi forces met peacefully in the middle of Poland, and in the city of Brest, they even held a joint military parade. This cooperation was part of a secret deal called the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, an agreement to divide Eastern Europe between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. Of course, this alliance didn't last long. In 1941, Hitler betrayed Stalin by launching an invasion of the Soviet Union. Still, for that brief moment in history, the world's most infamous enemies stood on the same side. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was a Japanese engineer who holds the tragic distinction of being the only officially recognized survivor of both atomic bombings during World War II. On August 6, 1945, he was in Hiroshima on a business trip when the first atomic bomb exploded. Although he suffered burns and temporary blindness, he survived. 2 days later, he returned to his home city of Nagasaki. On August 9th, while telling his supervisor about what had happened in Hiroshima, the second atomic bomb dropped. This time, right in Nagasaki, Yamaguchi survived that explosion as well. He went on to live a long life and died at the age of 93. His story is more than a tale of survival. It's a reminder of the unimaginable things humans have endured and the strange paths that history sometimes takes. In the 17th and 18th centuries, people lived with a horrifying fear that they might accidentally be buried alive. This fear became so widespread that some coffins were designed with a built-in safety feature, a string tied to the buried person's hand. The string ran up through the dirt and connected to a bell positioned above the grave. If the person inside woke up and realized they had been buried, they could pull the string to ring the bell and alert someone above ground. To make sure no one was buried alive permanently, cemetery workers were assigned to listen overnight for any bell that rang. If they heard it, they would dig up the grave and rescue the person immediately. This practice is actually where the phrase "saved by the bell" came from. It had nothing to do with boxing matches. The phrase "dead ringer" also comes from this period and was originally used to describe someone who had been mistakenly buried, rang the bell, and lived to tell the tale. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Drop a comment, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. We've got more strange truths coming soon that would put a smile on Charlie Chaplin's face.